Okay, hi everyone. I want to welcome you to a new video from Runhorse.com Sports, and we're going to present the 2019 Breeders' Cup Classic, and I'm excited for this race. It's the end of the year, and there's a lot at stake here, so let's get into the race. It's going to be held at Santa Anita, and that's in California, and it's one of the most beautiful tracks in the country. You have the beautiful mountains behind it, and it's just a gorgeous place. I want to talk about something. There's been some controversy this year at Santa Anita. We've had a lot of horses being injured on the track, and that's a problem, ladies and gentlemen. That's a problem. They even had to shut down the track for a few days this year, trying to sort out the racing surface. So I hope there's no catastrophes during the Breeders' Cup. These horses, they have to go all out. They have to go out to try to win these big races. I really think that maybe Santa Anita was not the best choice this year for the Breeders' Cup. I think it possibly should have been moved somewhere else, and there's other people that share my opinion. So let's hope that there's no disastrous outcomes during this racing. But they've held the Breeders' Cup before, and it's gone very successfully, and it's always assuring pretty good weather, because this time of year on the East Coast we can have some bad weather. So in California it's normally a good location, and Santa Anita has been a proven performer in the past. So let's hope that they can live up to the reputation, and let's hope that they have the surface figured out. Okay, now let's get into this race. This is the Breeders' Cup Classic, and it's at 1.25 miles, and it's championship contenders here, and these horses are vying for championships. So if they win this race, it's very, very important. It's important to the breeders, and it's important to the end of the year awards, which are the championships. So let's take a look. We like the race is grade 1, and it's a purse of $6 million, and it's 3-year-olds and up. And let's take a look at what we like here, and we like number 8, and that's McKinsey. We like McKinsey, and he's trained by Bob Baffert, and he's stabled here at Santa Anita, and this is Bob Baffert's home. It's California, so we feel he has an advantage. He knows this track well, and this horse has run at Santa Anita. He's run 7 times at Santa Anita. He's never finished worse than second. So that's a pretty good record, ladies and gentlemen. He's got 3 wins. He's got 4 second-place finishes. He's only raced 13 times lifetime. He's banked $2.3 million. He's a fabulous, fabulous horse. He won the Whitney Stakes at Saratoga, and that was on the East Coast. He came back in the Awesome Again Stakes, which is grade 1 at Santa Anita, and he was ridden by Mike Smith that day, and he finished second to Mongolian Groom, who is in this race today. But that was at 1.1 miles, and he's going to be stretching back out to 1.25 miles. We like this horse going 1.25 miles, and he looks to be just about coming into peak. And another thing that we like about the pattern of this race is he's been finishing lately in his last, 2, 4, 6, 7 starts. He's come off, when he runs second, he has a win. Then he runs second and he finishes first, and he's following the same pattern here off the last 6. And he finished second last time out, so that could bode well for him. Now they did make a jockey change here. Bob Baffert went to Joel Rosario, and Joel Rosario is a fantastic, fantastic jockey. So is Mike Smith. So it's kind of interesting. Maybe he didn't like the ride that Smith gave him last time. Maybe he opted for Joel Rosario. I'm not quite sure. And this horse does have some gate speed, and we like that because it's very important to get an early position here at Santa Anita. It's hard to come from behind on this track, and the speed horses usually do better than the off-the-pace closers, and that's just the way it is here at Santa Anita. Now, I want to mention these horses here, and one reason we don't like the 11, this Code of Honor, is because of the post draw. He drew a very, very poor post, and I think that that's going to work against him. So we're going to leave him off the ticket, Code of Honor. We're going to leave him off, and also Bino Rosso, he's got the 10 hole. And Bino Rosso as well with that 10 hole. We do not like the draw there from that 10-11 post. We think it's going to be tough to get out. And we think that Rosario on the inside, he's going to get that horse, he's going to get good position, and he's going to be able to sit just off those front runners. And I'm afraid, I think Bino Rosso is going to have to try to go from the outside, and it's going to be trouble. And Code of Honor, he's probably going to have to come from the back, and it's going to be hard to do. So that's our assessment for the race. For second, we're going to go with the number 6 horse, and that's Elate. And this is a 5-year-old mare. And she's going to try the boys today. She's going to try the boys, and she's trained by Billy Mott. And Billy Mott knows how to place his horses. And this horse is owned by the Claiborne Farm, Adele Dilschneider and the Claiborne Farm. And she is a daughter of Medel de Orio, and that's a very nice horse. And the thing that we like about this horse is she's 3 for 3 at the distance. She's 3 for 3 at a mile and a quarter. So that means she's never lost. She loves the distance. The horse is very, very consistent. And you have to wonder why they want to try the boys here. So I think it's going to be an interesting horse. The horse usually goes off. In fact, goes off every time as the favorite, running against mares. Running against the boys here, you might get a bit of a price. So we like that. We like that. We like this horse to hit the ticket for sure. And we think that she's going to run a big, big race. So we're going to go with that. And it's a very, very competitive field, ladies and gentlemen. You know, you can make a case for a lot of these horses. They're all very, very good horses. They've all run very well, or they would not be in this race. So it's always a difficult race to handicap. Like I said, post position is a big factor in our picks today. So we're going to go ahead with that. And we also like when a mare runs against the boys, especially when she has a proven record at the distance. She's being sent out by a top barn as well. So we have to take a chance with that horse, and we think there's a price there as well. And I'm going to go ahead and go for our long shot here to fill the frame. And that is number 2. That's Seeking the Soul. And he's owned by Charles Fipke. And this horse has raced, he's a 6-year-old horse. And he's got a lot of experience, but he's only raced 6 times the last 2 years. And he's been in all big races, all big graded stakes races. And he's actually run pretty well. If you look at him, he's run 6 times in 2018. He banked over $1 million. This year, he's run 6 times. He's got a win, a second, and a third. But he's running all high-class competition. He runs in all those big races. He runs in those grade 2s, those grade 1s, and the last 2, in fact, were grade 1 races. And he looks to have some improvement here. And this trainer is 30% winners, third off the layoff, and that's Dallas Stewart. So to me, that's an important factor. We're going to look at that factor, and we're going to throw this horse in here, and he's going to be the long shot. And I think that this horse has could surprise them, and could definitely hit the ticket. So we're going to look for this horse, Seeking the Soul, and he should be a big price in this race. So that's our value horse. So we're going to look for that combination, and we hope you enjoy the Breeders' Cup. It should be some great racing. We want to wish everybody safe racing. Let's hope that there's no disasters, there's no accidents during the racing. We hope that everyone gets a clean trip and gets a good chance to win the race, and you can just enjoy these great horses. And it's always a great day, the Breeders' Cup. And you have 2 days of racing, 2 days of Breeders' Cup action. It's going to be Friday and Saturday, and we're looking at this race. This is the last race. It's the Breeders' Cup Classic, and it's just a fantastic way to end it. And all of these races are fantastic, so it should be a great day. I'm looking forward to it. It should be super exciting. So I hope you enjoy that, and I hope that these tips will work out for you in this race. And please enjoy this day and have a great time at the Breeders' Cup.